Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. Today I'm just looking over the fat liberation hashtag, and I actually found one of these TikToks that I don't think I've talked about, where it has to do with getting weighed at the doctor. I almost said at the scale, obviously at the scale. But I want to just see what they say, because to me, I find it really interesting that being fat is amazing, being fat is great, we love it, it's the best thing ever since sliced bread. But I don't want to look at the scale and I don't want to see the actual numbers. It doesn't make sense to me. So
All right.
let's go ahead and watch this one. I want to see what they say.
All right, let's have you step up on the scale.
Actually, I would like to decline being weighed today. No. Must have BMI.
Okay, this is really cringy of a straw man. I always wonder too, like when we watch like fat acceptance activists, do you guys ever think about how the way that they act is truly like an alternate universe, or it's like another world? Honestly, when you go to the doctor, it's a lot more like you will cause much more of a fight or much more of an issue if you refuse to be weighed. Like it will make it take longer. And honestly, for people who are so accepting of their bodies, it shouldn't be that hard to just see how much you weigh or to have somebody question it, to question how much you weigh. Like if you were truly confident, it wouldn't bother you so much. Okay?
Must have BMI. If the doctor concludes that weighing me is medically necessary in order to prescribe medication, you can do so once my appointment has concluded and the appropriate treatment type has already been established. Otherwise, I do not consent to being weighed today.
Really extra. That's all I can say. It's just super extra. If I was a nurse or a doctor or whatever, or somebody helping with like getting the measurements of like scale, temperature, etc., that would be so dumb to hear and it would be really scarring. So I feel like they probably have to hold back a lot because that is just like so extra. And I will just say for them, if you're so confident, then why do you have to do that? If you're so happy, then why do you have to do that? Shouldn't you be totally fine with how much you weigh? I don't understand it. And I wish that a fat activist would tell me what the issue is with seeing the number on the scale. Some of them say, oh, it's because I have an ED, or oh, it's because I can't handle the number or something, or I don't want to be told by the doctor to lose weight or something like that. Like, to me, it's like, I don't think it has anything to do with any of that. I think it's just that you yourself don't want to know because you don't want to know how bad it's getting. And that's really all it is. It's a way of like gaslighting yourself. And I don't know. I think running from reality doesn't change it. Basically, it's still the same thing. Still the same thing. Even if you don't want to see it, you're still going to weigh the same. You know, weight is not just a number on a scale. Weight is a feeling. Weight is your quality of life. Like, especially when you get to a certain size, it's a whole other level. So let's not act like just because we see a certain number, it's the most important thing in the whole world. It's not. Okay? It's what the number represents that matters, not the actual number. So this whole thing is stupid.
Okay? And if the doctor does conclude that weighing me is medically necessary, I would also like to.
I also want to say that nobody will remember this. So this is also kind of a useless TikTok to make because it's not catchy, it's not quick, it's not something that I would watch and just immediately remember or understand. So it's just stupid. Like this comment here says, why are you making their job harder than it already is, Karen, basically.
to request that my weight be communicated by number on my chart and not by BMI or weight class, and I would prefer that that number not be communicated to me.
This is stupid. Super stupid. What does it matter? It doesn't matter. I would prefer that that number not be communicated to me in any way over the course of my visit, and that includes on the end of appointment paperwork. Stupid. Because you reach a certain point where it's like, if you're really that extra about it, why are you even going? Like, is it because there's something wrong? You know, I don't know. Like, it's really a question I have. Like, if you don't want to hear anything from the doctor, then why are you going? It's weird. I like what this person says. I promise we don't wait to judge you. We wait to give you the most accurate and safe medical care. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
In any way over the course of my visit.
The thing is nobody cares about your weight, especially as a random stranger. Like, you're the one who cares. You care. And again, if it bothers you that much, if you're really big and you really don't like it, you can do something about it. So it's like, deal with the reality. Deal with the reality that you can do something about it. That's it, basically.
Visit, and that includes on my end of appointment paperwork. If your doctor specifically asks why you've made these requests, simply say this. I found that focusing on weight is more detrimental to my health and I'm no longer weighing myself. I'd like to continue this approach in the doctor's office as we focus on health independent of weight.
It's not catchy. Sorry. Okay, we're going to move on. I guess I should react to that point. Okay, 1 second. Let me get there. It's just irrelevant to me. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like as I progress, certain things are becoming more and more pedestrian to me and more stupid. So this is something that you can say to yourself if you feel that way. Like, this is something that not everybody has to agree with you on. This is your lifestyle. This is your life decision. Not everybody else has to be that way, and most people are not going to assume that. I don't think that weight is the be-all end-all of health, but I do think weight is a part of health, and it's an extremely important part of health. You absolutely can pursue health at a higher weight, and in most cases, when you're very high, you do have to before you can lose weight. But in terms of like overall, are you going to have to lose weight for your health? Yes. But you're not on The Biggest Loser. You don't have to lose it as fast as you can. And as long as you're working towards it, then that's all that matters, basically. Because over time, your body will have more relief and you'll be okay. But living in denial is not going to make that happen. Okay? So let's go ahead and move on. Okay. In our next chapter of Fat Acceptance is Unempathetic and Hateful, we're going to go ahead and look at this one. So this says, younger me fantasizing about getting cancer so I could be skinny. And she has this like singing thing where she's like going off or whatever. I don't want to hear it because it's going to just repeat. But the comments are all like, yeah, I used to do this. So glad it wasn't just me. My husband looked horrified when I told him. Been there. I knew it wasn't the only one. This is me to this day. I'm glad I'm not the only one. This is such a mood. Yeah, this is so relatable. So I will say, I honestly have never had this ever. So this is not everybody. This is probably a certain type of person. I've never felt that way ever. I think it's pretty disgusting on a lot of different levels. I don't think that cancer is a joke. I don't think it's something funny, really, you know. And I certainly don't think this is something I would put up in such like a, I don't know how to describe it. I guess, like, unserious way, or in a way that's so callous or uncaring or just like not really giving a shit, basically. I think that this is privilege. To be honest, this is somebody who's not either haven't experienced cancer, haven't had a cancer scare. See, this person, I used to do this and then I got sick and lost like 80 pounds in 6 months and it was hell. And now my mom has cancer and is losing weight. And it's so horrible. I feel so bad for thinking this way, but I know it's because diet culture is so effed. So it's interesting too, like, they will not take any responsibility for how they think. I just think it's a super interesting concept, especially from the perspective that I'm at now, to not just consider a slight deficit in time in a healthy, balanced diet, but to literally say, I wish I had cancer to yourself. I think it's really sick. I think it shows that, you know, a lot of obesity and probably fat acceptance to its core, there is some element of mental illness in a lot of these people. Because to me, that is just a whole other level when it's like, you really think that that's the only way. I mean, what level of delusion do you have to be to think that the only way you can lose weight is to get cancer? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and end it on this note. This person is, I guess, going to talk about how attractive their partner is. It's like, well, not this person specifically, but the person that's stitching it. These are always kind of funny. I used to watch Cynical Dude a lot, and he would talk about like all these people that are like, my partner is so attractive kind of person. It's so funny. I just want to see what the person says, because this is kind of old school. This is from 2021, and I never really had my moment to react to these kinds of things. So let's hear it.
This is for fat babes only. If you are partnered with a person who is...
Oh, man.
I think I might want to watch the original one, too. So we'll do both, I guess. But let's see what this person says.
My spouse is very conventionally attractive. And they're also a professional tattoo artist. So they're, like, really heavily tattooed. And they look really cool. And they look much more visibly queer than I do as like a fat femme woman. And we have this super fun thing that happens where other queers will just like come up to them and start hitting on them, like right in front of me, like flirting with them and fawning over them, and I just kind of have to like stand there and take it. And it's happened like several times. I'll just be completely ignored, like not even a hi, how are ya? I'm just like part of the wall. And my spouse is like really awkward, so they don't always fully understand what's happening. And as I'm talking about this, I'm like, you know what?
It's interesting. It sounds like this person's being duffed, and that might happen because, I don't know, I'm guessing it's a same-sex relationship. And so a lot of times, I guess people assume that you're friends, so you're kind of being duffed. That's really scarring. Oh my gosh. That would be a lot. Couldn't be me. I'm almost done, you guys. I've almost shed the duff. I'm really close to being out of duff zone, out of duff territory. And I'm not doing it anymore. I'm retiring duffdom. I had to buy a pair of shorts today. Or I had to buy shorts that were a 1X. So I have to say, I've had to go down in short size every year. So I started at 3 in 22, 2 in 23, and now 1 in 24. So I'm almost out. But yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. So that is like an interesting intersection of like, I guess being gay, I'm guessing, and being fat. Yikes.
You know what? This hasn't happened in a while. Maybe it's not a thing anymore, but we've just been in quarantine. We haven't been anywhere.
Okay, this is for...
Scarring. I want to see what the original person said.
Okay, this is for fat babes only. If you're partnered with a person who is conventionally attractive / thin, have you ever gotten that look from a thin woman when they meet your partner that's like, that's your partner? He's hot. It's a
Do you think that a lot of these people kind of like fetishize this type of thing? Because to me, it's like, why do you even give a shit? Honestly. Why would you even care? I don't know. I'm just not a people pleaser, you guys. I just don't care. I would be upset if somebody was like trying to get with my partner or something, or trying to do that kind of thing, then I'd be pissed. Because I do get jealous. I can be a jealous queen, but it's like, that's a whole other issue. But if somebody is just salty or something, or if they were just salty, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Get over it. Cry about it. Basically. I probably wouldn't even think about it, honestly. Like, this person is taking way too much joy in it. Way too much fat joy. Look at that. Look at the face. Too much fat joy in this. It's like giving too much. So I'm like, I just feel like, I don't know, why are you so preoccupied with it?
He's hot. It's a look that says, I can't believe somebody so hot is with somebody like you. And there's like a slight hint of, can I steal him away?
I don't think that this is exclusive to fat people at all. I think that this is just dating world BS, basically. I think it can happen to pretty much anybody. You know, I don't know. I mean, this is just kind of cringe. This is giving very like main fat character syndrome, where it's like, I think that this only happens to me because I'm fat. And it's like, this happens to a lot of people, probably, you know? But again, it's like, why care about it so much? I don't know. It's just so cringy. Oh my gosh.
Is this relatable? I feel like it's happened to me so many times.
And does it turn you on that it happens to you? Or is that anger, or what? What is that? What is the face? What does it mean? What is it giving? It's cringe. I also don't know, like, what is your partner supposed to think about that or say about that or whatever? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that are in fat acceptance TikTok, they say things where it's like, they really put a lot out there in terms of their relationship, like in a weird way, like almost like they don't acknowledge that they have a partner, that their partner exists. I don't love that, you know? So I don't know. I wouldn't like that kind of thing at all. I wouldn't. So it's weird. Weird to me. The whole thing is weird. So anyways, I think I kind of want to do one more. Oh my gosh, I like messed up my hair. Let me do one more. I will be back. Okay. I'm happy with this one. I'm ready. We're getting back into the swing, okay? Starting a new week. I'm ready. Let's go.
So this video is only for my fat friends. I have this rule in dating that I don't date people who had major weight loss, like 50 plus pounds, and that's a huge part of their life story.
So you would date somebody that's lost 20 pounds, 30 pounds? It's an interesting delineation. Guess we wouldn't be able to date, but I'm not straight anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. Hubba bubba. Just kidding. You don't gotta worry about it, hun. But I've already lost 50 pounds, so I guess I'm in that category. You don't gotta worry.
Because, you know, I'm fat and I had an eating disorder, and it always becomes a problem, right? So this guy that I like, and I've been seeing ways to tell me until like his third date that he lost like 100 pounds. And I'm like, oh, well, it must not be a big deal to him if it's in the past and he hasn't brought it up so far. And just here we get into this huge argument about how, you know, being fat is bad, and, you know, he has to restrict his food intake. Like, obviously the guy like has an eating disorder, but like just this whole
So wanting to restrict your food intake at all is an ED. Okay?
whole fucking thing fundamentally about how being fat is bad. And this is someone who's had sex with me, and I'm 260 pounds, right? It's just hard to find out that somebody you like thinks that your body is fundamentally bad.
Being fat is not your body. It's not the way your body's supposed to be. So I really resent this narrative in fat acceptance that you are meant to be fat, or that fatness is an inherent part of who you are, or it's an inherent part of how your body is. Obesity is a pathology. So there's something off when you are obese. When you're morbidly obese, there's something off. That's not how your body is. It's not how your body's supposed to look. So again, we're changing the narrative. You're not real. You're not real. You're not how you actually look. How you really look is hidden. So, no. I just wonder how the argument actually went, because I'm pretty sure she probably started it, and she probably did like this whole thing and made it this huge nasty thing. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but she didn't say. So if you don't say it, then I'm going to speculate that way. But I hope he left. I do. I hope so. Anyways, you guys, have a good rest of your day, night, whatever. I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.